Yes, that's right. Jake Paul is officially fighting Mike Tyson. I did not make this shit up. I am packing my bags and I'm moving to Mars. Yep, that's right. The same Mike Tyson who fought great fighters like Jesse Ferguson, Tyrell Biggs, Buster Douglas. I can keep going. Like, this guy had a crazy career. Peter McNeely, Frank Bruno, Holyfield, Roy Jones Jr., and he fought all of them at their prime. He will now be stepping in the ring with our generation's greatest boxer, Jake Paul. Mike Tyson was fighting at his prime before my time, so I can really attest to his greatness as far as watching it live. But I've watched a lot of his highlights. I'm a big fighting fan, UFC fan. Like, I'm excited for this fight this Saturday. Make sure you tune in. UFC in Miami. Sean O'Malley, the Peacock himself. Hopefully it's a good fight. Anyways, Mike Tyson record was 56-6. 44 of those were knockouts. Okay, and then we have Jake Paul. Jake Paul's official record is 9-1. Jake Paul is renowned for fighting older folks or old people, and people are calling it fake or the fights are fixed. I don't know if it's gonna be the same thing with Mike Tyson, and I think it's gonna make a lot of money because people are so excited to see this. Because Mike Tyson, even though he's like almost 60 years old, but like he's still fighting, like he will fuck you up. Like Mike Tyson will fuck you up. You could not fucking play with him. You see him shadow boxing or him training. Take a look. I've trained a few times. I've gotten punched a few times. I've gotten body shots a few times. And I will tell you one thing. I do not want to be on the receiving end of those punches. Jesus Christ. And this dude, mind you, is damn near 60 years old. I wish I fight this good or look this good fighting or standing at 60 years old. Jesus, man. And look at the speed, though. The movement, the head movement is there. Just incredible, bro. Like, I don't know. I hope this fight isn't fixed. I hope it's not some fake shit. I think Mike Tyson have enough integrity for it not to be some fake shit. If it's not fixed, man, Jake Paul has no chance. Even though Mike Tyson is damn near 60. I just want to keep saying that. It's crazy.
What do you want? Yeah, look what you want. It's fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful right there.
Nice one, Mike. Nice one, Mike.
I also want to take the time to say that Jake Paul is great at one thing. Logan Paul as well. Those brothers, they're good at marketing, dude. Like, I think they should be studied. Because how the fuck are they pulling these type of like events and fight and like accumulate this amount of money and attention? Like, I feel like they've brought things to boxing. Although people might disagree, I think they've brought eyes to boxing. They brought the new fans to boxing, to fighting in general. Like going to fight freaking Mayweather, fighting Silva, the Spider Silva. Like it's crazy. Like, who else is doing that in the terms of like a YouTuber, quote unquote, right? No one is doing it. I just want to make sure that is understood. Although people are claiming their fights are fixed or it's fake, it's paid for fighting, I still think it's valuable and it has its space and people are obviously watching, so people are interested in it. The question isn't, can Jake Paul fight? I think the question in people's minds is Jake Paul an elite fighter? And does he deserve to step in the ring with so many great fighters? I personally think Jake Paul is a good fighter. Now, comparing him to Floyd and Mike Tyson is blasphemous. Even mentioning them in the same conversation is disrespectful. Just to be clear, this is what I mean by a good fighter. If you put Jake Paul against the typical loudmouth on the street corner, he's gonna knock them out for sure. But if you're trying to compare him to actual boxers who's been boxing their whole life or who are champions, of course not. He's not of the same caliber as those fighters. But the typical loudmouth, couch potatoes who watch the casual UFC fan, yes, he's gonna knock them out. He's gonna outbox them, okay? There are different levels to this shit. Jake Paul fought Nate Robinson, basketball player. Ben Askren, wrestler turned MMA fighter, with a 19-2 record in the UFC. He somehow got TKO'd by Jake Paul. Yeah, okay. Anderson Silva. I don't need to say anything about the legend. He fought Jake at 46 years old. But he also somehow managed to lose to Jake Paul. Comical. Nate fucking Diaz. An MMA legend with the record of 21-13 in the UFC. Mind you, Nate is a guy who eats punches for pleasure. Yep, you guessed it. He also lost to Jake Paul. To conclude, I am excited for this fight. I want to see what happens. Of course, Mike Tyson is really old, but he also looks really good. He is moving really good. His head movements are there. Should Jake Paul be fighting all these old people? I don't know. Age doesn't matter, man. When you eat punches, you can eat fucking punches, okay? Is he going to be more susceptible to being knocked out because he's older? Yes. But, you know, it's Mike Tyson. Either way, money needs to be made. They're going to make money. And that's all that matters. I think it's at this point, it's just a show. It's like more showmanship more than like, okay, I'm the better fighter type of shit. Because him knocking out all these incredible fighters, it's just ridiculous. It's like preposterous. It's whatever word you can use, you know, to describe ridiculous stuff. Like, shout out to Jake Paul. Great marketing. He knows how to get to the money. He knows how to promote himself, and he knows how to stay in the limelight. Good job on that end. But besides that, like him being an elite fighter or being in a composition of like a super fighter, he's not even in a composition for me personally. Is he a good fighter? Yes. In comparison to the average untrained person, 100%. Can he beat my ass? Yes, you're right. He can definitely beat my ass. So with that being said, let me know what you think down below. Who's going to win? Who do you have? I definitely have my money on Mike Tyson. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, it's been your boy, The Yapper. Make sure you yap on. Deuces!